We're going to talk about the relationship with China now that Prime Minister Mark Carney is trying to develop. He, of course, is in Switzerland and looking to pitch Canada. But let's turn and look at that deal with China in the context of Canada's energy sector. For that, we're joined by Grace Wilton. She's a senior energy advisor at Enpro. Grace, thanks as always for joining us. We've had a few days. We've had a few days now to digest this. Your thoughts on what this energy deal or what we might see is shaping up? How do you think it's going to shape up?
Well, upon closer inspection of the Memorandum of Understanding, it looks like there was no real agreement on petroleum. So that's oil or LNG. However, I think a lot of this meeting happened in camera. A lot of discussions happened without there being any documentation of what happened. So I think the main Memorandum of Understanding point was the bilateral communication regarding nuclear energy and sharing of information and technology. Obviously, the Prime Minister did say that there was an agreement that China would be our customer for more LNG and more oil, but that's not in the Memorandum of Understanding. Also in the memorandum. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, finish, please. No, finish, please.
I was going to say it was interesting too that I'm liking the level of trepidation and caution that the Canadian government is using in terms of the wording of the Memorandum of Understanding for nuclear energy in particular. There is a 6-month penalty-free exit clause. So while it's a five-year Memorandum of Understanding, at any point in time, either party can exit that MOU with 6 months notice. So I think that intellectual property concerns are there.
Always.
Yeah. Probably as evidenced by the burner phones I hear anyway. But also just the wording, and I think the objective of this trip was just to open the door again, right? So there are a lot of agreements on travel, bilateral travel, and law enforcement agencies working together. So that's all good news. But oil and LNG, I think that the doors are open. But I didn't see anything in the Memorandum of Understanding for that. Do you?
Is that a bad thing that it wasn't there, that maybe for this is to go slow? And I imagine China is looking at us and going, well, are you guys going to suddenly turn and get buddy again with the U.S. and they're left out in the cold again?
Yeah, for sure. And some of those stipulations of that Memorandum of Understanding for canola and other tariffs kind of had an end date of the end of this year. So I think everybody is walking on eggshells or just being cautious, right? And I think that our government of Canada's top priority is making sure that the CUSMA is renegotiated and renews. So obviously that's a big question mark, right? So I would think that both are cautious, that China's even cautious. But I mean, the big one I think was canola, automobiles. Doug Ford's not too happy, but I don't think any of those automobiles are going to be visiting the States. So I don't know.
With energy, is this the impetus to push forward, do you think, with this announcement that they want more of our energy, to push forward with that pipeline and expanding?
Yeah, I think it's just, the verbal agreement that they would be interested in purchasing more, that was definitely stated, right? Even though it's not in a memorandum of understanding, it's definitely stated. And I think, obviously, China is purchasing the same type of oil from Venezuela right now. And even the U.S. has said, well, we'll sell it to China if they want it. So, an agreement's an agreement, I think. And if there's an agreement to purchase it, then that's fine. I just hope that it's straightforward and they're not vying for ownership of our resources, let's say, right? It'd be a lot more attractive if it was just a straight customer
Straight
purveyor
buy.
relationship. Yeah, straight buy.
Does it feel like that they might want more than just buying our energy? They actually want to own our energy?
I don't know. I haven't found the source for it. I was looking for it actually, but there was word that the Chinese were interested in developing more oil sands. What does that look like? Does that look like ownership? I don't know. But the wording on the Canadian side definitely conveys that there's that there's a lot of caution in terms of making sure that we don't overstep our boundaries in terms of prioritizing national security and intellectual property and the proper stewardship, obviously, of our natural resources.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Grace, thanks as always for joining us.
Okay, thanks, Roger.
Grace Wilton is Senior Energy Advisor at Enpro.